to order at 7:03 p.m. Please be aware that this meeting may be filmed or audio recorded, and these records, including our meeting minutes, may be made available to the public. Oh, will Senator Rodriguez please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And will Senator Petros please lead us in the Indigenous Land Acknowledgement?
We acknowledge that the University of Florida is located on the ancestral present homelands of the Ayes, Appalachee, Calusa, Creek, Miccosukee, and Yamasee peoples, with our main campus located on the ancestral territory of Tohono and of the Seminole peoples. The Tohono, of Iroquois affiliation, lived here in the Alachua region until the destruction of their towns in the early 1700s. We pay our respects to these indigenous elders and descendants, past and present, especially those who have called the University of Florida home within their life. Now,
Thank you, and please join me in a moment of silence. Will a member of the Rules and Ethics Committee please come and conduct roll call?
Alexander. Here. Here. Alvarez. Here. Beery. Here. Here. Blythe. Blythe. Birch.
Here.
Here. Burdette.
Here.
Here. Bush. Here. Brown. Brown. Carvalho. Here. Cabeas. Here. Here. Chowan.
Here.
Here. Casillas. Here. Comstone. Comstone.
Here.
Here. Dees. Dees. Here. Here. Damani. Damani. Disher.
Here.
Here. Enos.
Here.
Here. Erickson.
Here.
Here. Filonino. Filonino. Denbrock.
Here.
Here. Fodong. Here. Volk.
Here.
Here. Frost. Here. Galbraith. Galbraith. Hire. Here. Holderman. Here. Wang. Here. Hughetts. Hughetts. Ionatal. Here. Jensen. Here. Jones. Here. Canocalar. Here. Kim. Here. Little. Here. Longwater. Here. Montmoody. Here. Montmorton. Here. Mayorga. Mayorga. Nice. Here. Malamed. Here. Majiga's here. Meyerowitz. Here. Morris. Here. Monogarmy. Sorry. Here. Minoz. Here. Murphy. Here. Newsom. Here. Avori. Here. Patel. Here. Oh. Pujan Patel. Here. Selena Patel. Here. Peterson. Here. Petros. Here. Ransom. Here. Ringenberg. Here. Rodriguez. Here. Rodriguez. Here. Rubio. Rubio. Salas. Here. Sakalarios. Here. Sangarachka. Here. Santone. Here. Shembekar. Shembekar. Spiegel. Here. Stein. Stein. Stoudemeyer. Here. Sauce. Here. Sullivan. Here. Thompson. Here. Tittles. Here. Tyson. Here. Vautier. Here. Werner. Here. Wilkins. Here. Is there anyone's name that I did not call? There's, please stand, sorry. What was your name? Brooke Reese. Brooke Reese. Is it R-E-E-S?
R-E-E-S-E.
E. Okay. Is there anyone else's name that I did not call? Please stand. Thompson?
Robson, R-O-D-S-O-N.
What was your first name? Okay. Is there anyone else's name that I should call? Okay, there are 65 senators present.
Thank you. Quorum has been established with 65 senators present. We are now in line for public comment. Starting off with Tyler Sklar, you have 5 minutes.
I reserve.
Okay. Now in line for Kayla Arora, 5 minutes whenever you're ready.
Thank you. It's not up on the screen? Huh? It's not up on the screen. I'm sorry. It's okay. Hello, everybody. First of all, go Knicks. Tomorrow's going to be better, I promise you. Second of all, today I wanted to go over a little something called Sunshine Law. The other day, I had a conversation with Jerome about the tours that the Budget Committee is going to be going on in the next few days and how those wouldn't be public notice. And I sent him an email about the requirements of Sunshine Law, which you guys are required to comply with as of Student Body Statute 102.1. Today, I'm just going to go over what that means for you guys. I think, I think that's going to be a little more clear. So Sunshine Law is basically any meeting by any government organization shall be open and noticed to the public. So like all meetings that you guys have must be open to the public, notice of those meetings must be given, and minutes of those meetings must be given. What is a meeting? Any gathering between 2 or more people in a committee like the Student Senate where business is discussed. So this means if you guys are like having a caucus meeting, there are discussions on that, might have to be public notice. If you guys are doing like a meeting where you guys are doing If you guys are doing like a committee meeting or a tour where you guys are discussing things, that has to be public notice. A lot of different stuff like that does have to be public notice. And basically just any meeting where you guys are discussing stuff that might be coming before you guys, the body, 2 or more members of the Student Senate. Things that aren't conducted, things that things like that could include like email discussions, telephone, internet. If you guys are like, just talking over, if you guys got sign language, anything like that can be discussed. It's also the same if you guys are like using a liaison to talk to each other, so that has to be public notice as well. There are a few exceptions, but the Student Body Constitution like waives all those exceptions under, you guys can't meet in a closed session, so like none of those would matter. The notice of those meetings does have to be public notice. So if you guys do have a meeting, it has to be public notice with the time, place, the subject, and it has to be prominently displayed. I mean, the Senate Secretary should be able to do that. Just the cabinet in the, just putting a little cabinet near the elevators in the ground floor covers that. In penalties and sanctions, if you guys violate this, it's a non-criminal infraction with a maximum of $500 in fines. And if you guys knowingly violate this, it's a second-degree second-degree misdemeanor. So yeah, make sure you guys are complying with this. This is in the state statutes, in the state statutes which you guys adopt through the student body statutes. And it doesn't matter the location or like, whether even a lunch could be considered public notice if it's like you guys are discussing things that are soon to come about over the student senate. That's basically it I want to talk about. Just if you guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I've read through a lot of the Attorney General opinion and a lot of the things regarding Sunshine Law. But yeah, have a great evening. Thank you guys.
Thank you. We are now back in line for Tyler Sklar.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, so I'm just going to continue where I left off last week by providing some clarification. So, as you can see, this is actually the Supreme Court case I was talking about, Mullane versus Central Bank and Trust Co. I misspoke. It's actually Central Hanover Bank and Trust Company, not Central Bank of New York. So, as you can see, it says, notice must be reasonably calculated under all circumstances that apprise interested parties of the pendency of the action in order and opportunity to present their objections. As you can see, this email was sent less than 12 hours before the meeting at 12:06 a.m. and it was literally strict by law that says these notices have to be sent out within 24 hours. So this clearly is not in line what the Supreme Court said in this case. So that's why this is a violation of Student by Statute 724.3. So now I'm going to go over Student by Statute 729.4, which requires that the Elections Commission must create a written record of all its meetings in hearings, including evidence and testimony heard, the minutes, the findings, and any other rulings made. And as of right now on the website, there's no updated minutes for the remanded hearing. It's just the original hearing, and that's it. That's all it is. And there's nothing about the amended complaint either, which does UFSG Court talk about in this case, so that might confuse the public. And as you can see, I sent an email out a month ago on this issue, and I also sent out a public record request on this issue to see what actually happened. Like, when was this email sent? What was actually in the email? And did the Elections Commission actually comply with the Student by Statute? Because it seems like to me, if the website has been updated well over a month, it seems like maybe there's a possibility that the Elections Commission did not actually comply with 729.4. It says they had to submit this within 2 days of the meeting, so the SGL can upload these minutes within 3 days of them meeting. So that's maximum, 5 days of this being updated, and it's been well over a month, so something's up with that. Doesn't make sense to me if they were willing to update previously with 95 pages. I don't see what's the difficulty here. And now I'm going to go back into recusals and expand on this with the Supreme Court. So as you see, Student by Statute 42.2 says grounds for disqualification may include shared membership of a organization, which includes Board of Booking, and as established in the evidence in an additional notice recognized by the court. Board of Booking membership is entwined with the House group system that's used to control student government affairs. And as you can see in their depositions by former student by Christopher Tompkins III, the Evaluations Committee is completely part of the voting machine described in the additional notice. There's block leaders that are members of this committee, and they recommend people based on specific criteria, and they need 2/3 of a secret ballot. So clearly, the evidence clearly shows that if you're a member of this organization, you are intertwined with this aforementioned additional notice of the House group system. That's just how it was proven in court. And there's actually, one of the commissioners actually a chairman of the Evaluations Committee, so you should be well aware of how this process works and well aware of the evidence here. And they just dismiss it and say, well, no, that's their explanation from the court. The court was just like, no. There's no explanation in the actual opinion. It's just like, there is no conflict of interest when there clearly is, and this needs to be actually addressed. As he established in the evidence, that this, furthermore, all these allegations might constitute a violation of Student by Statute 7.1.3, which is analogous to Florida Statute 104.0615, which prohibits voter intimidation or suppression. So, as you can see here, all the evidence established, there is evidence of voter intimidation or suppression through voter booking membership, and withholding of food and alcohol, and using iPod stickers to keep track of voters, and threatening voters if they don't vote, then they might not be able to attend events. That is the definition of voter intimidation or suppression. And as you can see, under Student by Statute 104.0615, it prohibits that kind of activity, which is applicable to any election in the state of Florida. And even if there's debate over how applicable it is, Student by Statute 104.26 establishes that university student governments cannot arbitrarily disregard internal procedures. And this is upheld by Department of Virtual Regulations versus Marrero, and that Arora versus State binds the Supreme Court to stare decisis of Florida courts. So, as you can see, by the Supreme Court deciding not to take action against these clear violations and not addressing any recusals, including multiple procedural irregularities, that could violate internal procedures under Student by Statute 104.26, which can then in turn violate Florida Statute 104.0615. So as you see, the court has committed a bunch of egregious violations, and they need to be addressed.
That is time.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are now in line for executive branch reports. Is there anyone here from the executive branch? Seeing no one, we are now in line for judicial branch reports. Is there anyone here from the judicial branch? We are now in line for goodbye speeches. There are none. Are there any amendments to the minutes? Seeing none, we are now in line for the amendments to the agenda. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Majority Party Leader Alexander.
I move to approve Reese Rubio for the Open Information Communications Committee seat by unanimous consent.
There's been a motion to approve Reese Rubio for the Open Information and Communications Committee seat by unanimous consent. Do I hear any objections? Hearing none, that motion passes.
Follow-up.
Follow-up.
I move to approve the block of permanent seat nominations by unanimous consent.
There's been a motion to approve the block of permanent seat nominations by unanimous consent. Are there any objections? Hearing none, that motion passes.
Follow-up.
Follow-up.
I move to move Shiv Sangrajka from the list of excused absences to list of unexcused absences to accurately reflect the Rules and Ethics Committee's decision by unanimous consent.
There has been a motion to move the Shiv Sangrajka's absence from the list of excused absences to the list of unexcused absences to accurately reflect the Rules and Ethics Committee's decision by unanimous consent. Are there any objections? Hearing none, that motion passes.
Follow-up.
Follow-up.
I move to add all absences to the agenda by unanimous consent.
There's been a motion to add all absences to the agenda by unanimous consent. Are there any objections? Hearing none, that motion passes.
Follow-up.
Follow-up.
I move to approve the block of absences by unanimous consent.
There's been a motion to approve the block of absences by unanimous consent. Are there any objections? Hearing none, that motion passes.
Follow-up.
Follow-up.
I move to adopt the agenda by unanimous consent.
There's been a motion to adopt the agenda by unanimous consent. Are there any objections? Hearing none, that motion passes. We are now in line for executive branch nominations. There are none. We are now in line for judicial branch nominations. There are none. We are now in line for legislative branch nominations. There are none. We are now in line for legislation under first reading. There is none. We are now in line for legislation under second reading. There is also none. We are now in line for vetoes. There are none. We are now in line for absences. There are none. We are now in line for my report. Thanks guys for showing up again today. Just happy we made quorum over the summer. It's kind of hard to do, so happy you guys are all here. Just as like a fun little aside, Senate exec went on a little field trip today and did an escape room, and we actually beat the record, so that was really exciting for us. But yeah, so make sure you guys are kind of keeping in the loop with all of the emails that are being sent out. There shouldn't be any going out anytime soon, but just make sure you're kind of keeping up with your emails. And then make sure that if you guys have any questions about writing legislation that you're reaching out, again, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again, Senate Exec is a resource for every single person in this room. You can email us, you can text us, we're here for you, so just let us know. But that's it for my report. So now we're going to be moving into committee reports, starting with the Replacement Energetic Committee with President Porter.
Hey everyone. Okay, so for RNA, we're going to meet Sunday, location and time TBD, so just look out for that in your email. As far as our meeting this Sunday, this is when we're going to start looking at summer B seats. Yep, we're going to start looking at summer B seats. So if you know friends or know people, maybe you, if you're a summer A replacement, want to apply for a summer B replacement, submit that by Friday at noon, and we'll hear it this meeting on Sunday. But to go over open summer replacement seats, there's a lot per usual, so we'll get started. Arts B, Beatty C, Broward Rawlings C, Class B, Dentistry C, Education C, Engineering B, Graduate and Family Housing C, Graduate C, there's 7 of those, Graduate C, Hamilton C, HHP C, Jennings C, Journalism C, Lakeside C, Law A, Murphy from May 22nd to July 10th, Nursing C, Off-Campus A, there's 2 of those, Off-Campus B, there's 2 of those, Pharmacy C, PHHP C, Sophomore B, Veterinary C, Yulee C, and then for committees, there's 1 for the Judiciary Committee and 3 for Rules and Ethics. Please apply because we want to make sure the committees are able to meet quorum. So if you're interested, feel free to come talk to Zoe or Abigail or me or Molly or anyone on the committees. And we'd love to answer your questions. As far as open permanent seats, there's Graham. For open graduate seats, dentistry and PHHP. That's all for that. I hope you guys are enjoying my day in the life today. You can tell my job is not very me, but it's okay, I'm having fun. I'm gonna take a video of everyone for the story. So if you could just wave, look nice, look happy to be here, I'll get you the video. Okay. Yep. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, yay! I'm gonna turn off this sound because that was a little awkward.
We're now in line for the Judiciary Committee report with Chair Melvin.
Hello, happy Tuesday. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go over the voter record. So there should be under excused absences, cross out Shiv, and then under other, write unexcused absence, dash his name, and then it went by unanimous consent, so just indicating how you voted on that. And then, yeah, indicate how you voted on everything else. I'll say that just one more time. Under excused absences, cross out Shiv and write it under other, say unexcused absence, dash his name. So, that's it. Anyway, so, moving on. So then if you're in the Judiciary Committee, please meet afterwards. We're going to go over a meeting time and date for this Sunday. We're finally going to be able to meet. We have some legislation. We will be meeting probably around noonish. If you guys are kind of interested in seeing how the Judiciary Committee works, it's pretty cool. So, of course, meetings are open to everyone. We always need a clerk. If you guys don't know what a clerk is, it's someone who comes and takes minutes for us. So you kind of get to like be in the process without being on the committee. And then the legislative deadline for all of Summer A is this Friday at noon. The deadline for code changes was last week, but you can still submit resolutions and authorizations, which are rules and procedures changes, by this Friday at noon to my Judiciary Committee email. And remember that if you don't get it in by that deadline, everything resets in between Summer A and Summer B. So it's the deadline. Anywho, yeah, Judiciary meet afterwards. Thanks, guys.
We are now in line for the Budget and Appropriations Committee report with Chair Costello.
Hey everyone, not a ton from me. Only thing I wanted to touch on this week was I've gotten a couple questions about when and where like the student work funding will be for Summer B in fall 2026. That should be on the website now under SG Finance. And then regarding the student organization, half of that, an email will be going out very soon regarding just like sending that out to student org leaders so they'll also have access to see the bill and essentially just see whether or not they got funding and who got funding and all the stuff that, just the budget bill that I went over a couple weeks ago. But yeah, that's all I have. Thanks everyone.
We are now in line for the Rules and Ethics Committee report with Chair Metchnick.
Hi everyone, I hope everyone's having a great week. So just a quick update for me, constituency is due at the end of the academic term, so that's going to be 11:59 on June 18th. I'm going to be sending emails out to you guys. I have them scheduled sent for tomorrow at 8 a.m. So everyone should be getting a status update on your constituency as of right now. In that email, it will be the code that applies to your seat. So it's really, or I guess the rule that applies to your seat. So it's very straightforward. It's cited directly from the RMP, so it should say like what you need to do, how much you have completed, and what you still need to complete. So if you have any questions though, please don't hesitate to email me. Email is probably the best way to reach me about your constituency, just because that way I can just look straight at my tracker. Also, we have a couple seats open on R&E. So if you are interested in applying, we meet every Tuesday at 6 p.m. We just started that, the committee just decided that that's when we're going to start meeting. So look out for that, and if you have that availability, consider applying. Thank you guys so much.
We are now in line for the Information and Communications Committee report with Chair Patel.
Hi everyone. Thank you all for coming to this
Center retreat. It was super fun. If anyone wants any food and wants to take home their food, please do. I'm trying to get rid of it. Everyone say good job to Kate for the day in my life. It was great. Everyone pull out your phone and comment on the new post the UF Senate Instagram just posted. We really want engagement so people can really see what's going on in the chamber and kind of how things work, and that engagement is going to first start with you guys. So please do that. That's all for me. Have a good night, guys.
I got distracted. I was commenting. We are now in line for ad hoc committee reports. There are none. We are now in line for general announcements. Are there any general announcements at this time? Seeing none, I adjourn this meeting at 7:29 p.m. Please turn in your voter records at the front of the chamber.